Welcome back to Between Two Cars, where me, your host, Michael, go to random places and interview people about their cars. Today, we're here with Elliott and his AE86.
Oh, you wish, bro. It's better than AE6.
Well, okay. Elliott, how are we today?
I'm good. I am very good. I was a bit late. Car didn't start. Classic Nissan thing. But that's okay.
So, what made you buy this tofu car?
It's not a tofu car, man. It's a 8... Oh, jeez. Oh, no. We'll redo that line. It's not a tofu...
Dude, we're clipping these bloopers.
It's not a tofu car, man. It's a 1985 Nissan S12 Gazelle.
A Gazelle.
A Gazelle.
An S12.
S12. Very uncommon.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, it is a 1985 Nissan S12 Gazelle.
How does it feel to drive a car that's older than you?
I love it. It's my third one. You can't go wrong with an S12. Well, you can go wrong. You buy one, and then everything goes downhill from there.
So this thing's a bit of a riot. Tell me a little bit about what you've done with it.
So I bought the car sight unseen from Sydney.
Sight unseen.
Yeah, from a New South Wales sort of area down near Sydney. And yeah, that was a bit of a gamble. The guy wanted the money straight up. He was non-negotiable. So I just risked it because I've already had one. I had two. I was just like, you know what? Like, this is the cleanest one I've found, just from photos at least. I'll have to risk it. And so some friends drove down to New South Wales and picked it up for me. And that was exciting. It wasn't as described as such, which led to a heap of things. But yeah, basically from there we got it on the road quickly for a big sort of skid event out at Toowoomba.
You bought it and then you drove it to a skid event.
We didn't get to. We had to do a lot of work to get it to the skid event, but yeah. Basically, everything wasn't complete like the guy said, so there was a lot of work, a lot of weeks, and thanks to some friends of mine, we got it going and drove it to Toowoomba. Overheated a little bit on the way, but we got there, and then did some single peggers because it didn't have a welded diff, and that was about it. And then things broke on the way home, and the car was off the road for a very long time.
Sounds like old car to me.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So you have an SR in there.
Yes, so it is SR20 debt swapped. It's had a few spicy things done to it here and there. After it had broken at that drift event, we actually sat around for a while going between friends' houses and stuff. And then thankfully through some connections I got to take it to one of my friends' friends. His name was Seth, and very particular man. He likes things done the right way and done once, which is exactly what I wanted. And we actually removed a lot of things from the car, pretty much everything, front to rear, and redid it all, and made sure that it was done right, and upgraded things on the way, added things on the way. I wanted it done right the second time and done once. I didn't want to cheap out on things or skip things and it have problems again. So a lot of money, a lot of time, and without them, without my friend Drew, and without Seth and everyone else, like, honestly, this car wouldn't be where it is today.
Would you do it again?
I would like to do another car, probably not an S12. It is one of my dream cars, but I'd like to do another car. It's fun. It's a fun process. It's not fun for your bank account, but it's a fun process. And then the reward is obviously the end when you get to drive it, and things work.
Yeah.
So that's always nice.
Over the period of being a car guy, what's one of your horror stories?
With this car or just
With
cars
any
in general?
car.
I haven't really had any with mine, besides like this had its problems after the drift event. Honestly, a lot of my cars haven't had problems.
Really?
Not like major.
Never
but,
been stranded?
No, I've never had to call a tow truck. Never. Yeah. I guess the fuel pump died like a couple of weeks ago, but I had it fixed that day. Like I'm pretty handy, so I can fix everything myself. But I've never had a stranded moment, really. No.
You heard it here first. You could be a car person and not be stranded.
It's pure luck. I don't know how. I have all the stuff set up for when my cars stop, and I can get a tow truck. But so far, like, it's just been all little teething things. Like when this car was first on the road, it's just had a full engine swap. Everything's been out of the car, different everything. Like things that aren't meant to be in the car are there. So the back brake seized up on one side, like the handbrake seized up, and then I just took it apart, greased it up, put it back together. Like simple, small things. It really, surprisingly, I haven't had anything major go wrong so far.
All right. So moving on from that question, what does being a car guy mean to you?
I just enjoy Japanese cars purely. Nothing against the rest, just Japanese cars are better. But I don't know. I just enjoy like everyone doing their own sort of stuff. Like, you know, I built this how I wanted it to be. I don't really care if someone says it's got an SR in it. Like, you know, some people hate on SRs, but really they're just dumb because they don't know how to look after a car. There's nothing wrong with an SR. It's my personal taste, and that's what I like. A lot of people have their own personal touch on everything. Some people have got shitters, some people have got a lot of money spent on them, but as long as you like your car, I guess that's all that really matters. So yeah.
So Elliot, what do you see yourself doing with this car in the future?
There's not a lot that I want to do. There's basically just a couple of things that I couldn't find the correct parts at the time or anything like that. So the diff we've upgraded already to an R200 diff, but the ratio is not exactly what I want. It's a 3.7, which is quite long, whereas I want a 4.1. And probably just I'd like to get the car resprayed eventually.
Yeah.
You know, either the same colour because that is the original colour scheme, or a different colour, something close to, I guess. But other than that, and maybe some different. Like, I like the wheels that are on it, but I would like some authentic, like something Japanese with a good offset that makes the car look a bit more spicy. Would be nice. But that's really about it. Everything else is done how I want it. Like the engine, we've already put all the bolt-ons that I wanted on it. So bigger turbo. Everything's done, like oil cooler. Everything's been done really well and really right. So as far as the rest of the car, not much. There's nothing really I'd want to change. Just, yeah.
It's gonna be your forever car?
Look, money talks. So if someone did offer the right amount of money, I would probably sell it, I guess. Maybe it'd take a lot to get it out of me though. It's so much time, effort.
Yep.
A lot of stress when it comes to like bank account when I was doing it, everything like that. It's a lot, and people have done it with. Like, it's a good experience, and there's a lot behind it. But you know, if someone offered the right amount of money, I probably would let it go. There's times where you can't let things like that just slip past. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what they say, the moment you start thinking about selling your car is the moment it shits itself.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
It's alright, S12, you didn't say it.
It's been really reliable, surprisingly, for an engine swapped car. Sometimes they can not be super reliable, but the work that's been done was good, and it's been great. I love driving it.
That's good. It's great. Well, thank you for your time, and let's take a few shots around the car.